Hey YouTube, it's Sean, and we managed to get the motor attached. I used those big cap head, pan head basically, they're pan head, and attached from the backing plate of the motor. I'm going to put this thing down because it's kind of heavy. And then we attached to a little riser plate. That attached to that, and then we attached the motor to the adapter plate to that. So that is going to work really well. That is going to work really well. Sorry about the shake cam holding me in my hand here. But that's all. There's 7 bolts holding on this whole mess together, and then 2 going through the motor shaft, or the motor housing. And then I clearanced right there. I clearanced for the swivel on the tensioner, and on this side I clearanced for the actual tensioner itself. Belt tensioner. We're going to run belt drive still. I do have the gear set if I want to go back with gears. You know, I do have, hang on a sec, I did go ahead and these were way cheaper than buying them from Little Machine Shop. I do have the metal gears instead of running the plastic gears. I do have the gears, so if I want to, I can go through and go metal gear. And I also went ahead and bought, and they were cheap. Okay, this is the original, and they say this is a plastic gear. This is, in mine, it's not a plastic gear. This is phenolic, like a fiber gear. Okay, I bought the same gear. It's 38 tooth, same size, same everything, but the inside, the ID is bigger. So what I'd have to do is make either a sleeve for this, or weld it up solid through, and then bore it and rekey it. So, but I do have all the gears, and they're all metal. So, I mean, we got some options to go with. Let's turn the light on. Let's see if that helps. I don't know if that helps, but we do have a full metal gear set for the lathe if we want to go that way. But I wanted to go belt drive, and I also went ahead and a fellow YouTuber was upgrading his lathe, and I did get another pulley of the same dimensions. This is 9mm ID. Okay, and then I went ahead, and these were like really dumb cheap, so I went ahead and bought some bigger with the ID smaller, so I can actually make the ID for the shaft whatever size I want. Okay, and then I can machine this down on the lathe and make the actual pulley grooves in this particular this is a belt pulley for a like a serpentine belt. Well, not serpentine, but it would be a tooth pulley. Well, I'm just running this, and I think it's going to be fine. Okay, and I got 2 of those. I got a small one and a big one. I got another one here. So if I want to run just like one size, once I figure out my gear ratio, I've got grainy lines on the screen. I don't like that. Anyway, once I find out the gear ratio, turn that off. I can actually, let's turn this light on. I can actually machine these to whatever I want, okay? And rather that be just really small, or rather I want it, you know, really big. But I do believe this will probably work just fine. But later on, if I decide that I want to go with metal gears, I mean, I have options now. That's what I'm trying to say. I got all the metal gears to do the lathe in whichever way I want to do. A little machine shop wanted a whole lot of money for this set right here, these two gears, and the price on eBay was way dirt cheap, way dirt cheap. And then I ordered away. The guy had this was harder to get. I had to order from the UK, and then yeah, and I'm still waiting from some parts from China over the pond. But this is everything except for the ID, which is fine. But they're the exact same gear. They're just the ID is different. I think that is 12 mil ID, and I think this is 15. But we can make an adapter, or either that or just weld it solid and remachine it. Either way, we can do what we need to do. But later on, what I'm saying is we could do this. You know, we could go metal gears. I think the pulley system is going to work fine in this. I do believe. This way, I have two different gear ratios, high and low. But we'll find out. And this one won't fit right now. But the one that's on the mill currently will slide right over the shaft right here. So that's not a big deal. But I do have this one as a backup. A fellow YouTuber was upgrading his lathe to a servo type of a system. So that's what we did. And so I got very little tied up in this. And this right here, I took the motor mount off. I just drilled the rivets out. But this is gonna be a good. I mean, we're going from 3/4 horse to 2.5. So I'll be able to actually, and it's the same voltage. You know, for the excuse me, the input. And I'll just use the actual speed controller for a treadmill motor, and upgrade the tachometer to where it's actually, you know, brighter and lit up. But this is what we got. You put in your AC, and the thermal switch I discontinued. And but yeah, I think this motor is going to work out just fine. I hope. That's what I'm working on. I couldn't get that 4th bolt in there, but I don't think, if 3 won't hold it, 4 won't hold it. That's what I've always been told by my grandpa. I don't think that 1 bolt's going to make any difference at all. Not at all. These are 8mm. All 3 of them. They're all 8mm. And then on the back side, we've got 2 more 8mm. And then we got 2 6mm. And I'm probably going to go taking these out. I'm going to take all of them out when I establish this works, and I'm going to Loctite it all together. It ain't going nowhere, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, that 2.5 horsepower right there, at 130 volts DC is going to make a good mill, you know, where you can actually take a, you know, 50 thousandths cut. That's what we're after. Alright folks, I love you all, and you take care of yourselves, and I'm trying to do the same. It's hailing and winding and storming outside, so I'm just calculating the gear ratio right now, and that's where we're at. So this will be part 2 of the motor upgrade for the Grizzly milling machine. Take care. Love you all. Bye-bye.